We are about to have a total blood moon lunar eclipse in Pisces this weekend or early Monday morning if you're here in Sydney. And this entire eclipse season is about to bring a massive reset to your life. Specifically, this eclipse in the sign of Pisces is going to be about boundaries. Boundary issues are demanding a reset. Because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, it is the merging of all the other archetypes in the zodiac. It is where we merge as one. It's the interconnectedness of all things. It's the dissolving of boundaries. Now, this can serve in some instances where we're dissolving old structures, old belief systems, old ways of being, but we also need to have healthy boundaries, right? So this is about finding balance. The eclipse season actually started 2 weeks ago when we had the new moon in Virgo, and there was a lot of boundary issues coming up around then. And now it's coming back this time as well. If you're into astrology, you would also know that Saturn has gone retrograde back into Pisces, which is going to serve us with some more boundary setting. And this is also a full moon eclipse, which means it's all about culminations, endings, letting go and releasing. In the sign of Pisces, I can see a lot of endings happening because we're finally putting up a boundary. We're finally saying no. We're saying these are my non-negotiables. This is not what I'm available for. I don't want to be treated like this anymore. And you're putting that out to the universe of what you were available for and what you were not. And then I can see all these beautiful blessings and opportunities coming in, but only after you've set the boundary. We have Jupiter, the big benefic planet, the planet of blessings, trining this full moon eclipse. And Jupiter is also the dispositor of this full moon, which means it's the ruler of Pisces. So whatever Jupiter's doing in the sky, because it's the ruler of this full moon, it's the ruler of Pisces, it's very important what's going on with Jupiter. Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer right now, which means it loves being there. It's supported in this area. And so it's going to bring in a lot of fated, destined opportunities through this eclipse season. But you might not be able to see these blessings and opportunities straight away because something is still eclipsed. Whatever situation is arising for you right now, whatever's been unfolding over the past couple weeks or even the past couple months, there is still something eclipsed. There is still something you don't understand. You don't know why it's happening this way. And that is the whole point of eclipses. This is a North Node eclipse, which means in Chinese astrology, the North Node, which is where Pisces is, the North Node is the head of the dragon. This is the direction we're moving into. This is a part of our soul evolution that we haven't experienced in this lifetime yet. So it is completely unknown to us right now. So whatever's unfolding for you right now, you cannot logically understand what's going on because you don't really have a past situation for you to compare it to. It's not about what makes sense logically because the eclipses don't care about that. What they care about is the path that you're meant to be on in this lifetime, and the eclipses are going to be the thing that helps you get there. Although it's unknown, although it doesn't make sense right now, although something's eclipsed and you can't fully see it yet, this is all happening for a reason and it's something that your soul has signed up for. And in astrology, we understand that life is a combination of free will and fate. In eclipse season, fate is the stronger energy. Free will, we still have it, but at this time of the year, it's really about whether we can accept this change that we're getting pushed into. We're going to embrace it, or we're going to be dragged kicking and screaming, and that choice is up to you. Where you're heading, however, you don't get to choose that. And the opposite sign of Pisces is Virgo. This is where the South Node is, the tail end of the dragon. This is all our past stuff, our past conditioning, things that we've already been there, done that. And that Virgo archetype wants to know everything, wants to know the details, wants to have everything organized, everything perfect. It wants to be planned out and prepared. It wants to have a map, it all mapped out, right? But this is when God will come over to you and burn that map into flames, because it doesn't matter. What you think is going to happen isn't going to happen. And that's the whole point of eclipse season. It is wild card energy. You have no idea what's coming. but embracing that and understanding that your soul has actually chosen this path, even though your human mind can't comprehend that yet. You have chosen to go this direction, and it will serve you in the end. Even if you have to go through a lot of turbulence and uncertainty, there's going to be a lot of shedding. We're also in 2025, the year of the snake. We are shedding a lot right now. And over the past couple years even, we've been purging a lot and making space for these blessings that Jupiter is going to bring in through this full moon eclipse. We have all been on a journey of purging everything that's not aligned with us, that's not loyal, that's not long lasting, that's not sustainable, that's not reliable, to make space for something that is a part of our destiny, that is something that is meant to be for us. And it's going to be on the same wavelength as us. The people that are coming, the encounters, the experiences, the situations that are about to come into your life are going to be all on the same wavelength because you have gone through this process of shedding and purging. And whatever you're experiencing right now, whatever's unfolding in your life, please know that your soul and every other soul involved in this situation has chosen this to happen. And in eclipse season, we realize only after the fact that everything that's happening now is exactly what you needed, and it's actually what you want. But you can only figure that out once it's gone. You can only connect the dots once you look back. You can't figure it out right now. Right now, it's just a heap of different puzzle pieces that are not fitting in and not connecting yet. This is the confusing, turbulent, uncertain time, but trusting that your soul has chosen this path and chosen to go into this direction. And if you can tap in deep enough, there is this knowing that you need to make a change, and you are ready to make this change. You are ready to make better boundaries and set yourself up and change certain areas of your life that have been stuck or stagnant. You know the things that you need to purge and let go of, that you know where you're settling, you know where you're ready for an up level. So follow that feeling and let it unfold, not the way you think, not the way you've mapped it out, because God has a better plan for you. And no matter what, you can go ahead and try and make a map. You can try plan it out, you can try organize it, but you're going to be humbled every single time, because God is going to come in and take you on a better path, take you on a better road, take you down some random path that you didn't think was going to be the right direction, but it ends up being way better than you could have possibly imagined, way better than you could have possibly planned. Eclipses are the most humbling time of your year, because you realize that it's not about your logic, it's not about you, it's not about your plans, because there is a grander scheme to things. There is something that your soul has chosen to experience, and when you flow with that and let yourself kind of surrender to that, and that is the sign of Pisces. Pisces is the sign of trust and surrender and falling into the oneness and falling into the abyss of the unknown, and seeing where that takes you. That's where the magic is. That's where this new chapter of your life is going to begin, and it's going to be magical and spiritual and more intuitive, because that is all like the archetype of Pisces is very spiritual and psychic and intuitive. This is not about following your logic right now. It's about tapping into your intuition, but at the same time also using your discernment, which is the Virgo archetype, the opposite of Pisces. We're finding the balance between logic and intuition, discernment, and just full trust and surrender and inner knowing that everything's going to work out and everything was planned exactly the way it was meant to, and exactly the way that your soul chose. So it's about just going with the flow right now and seeing where the tides take you, because resisting isn't going to do anything. You're going to get there whether you like it or not. You're getting pulled in a certain direction, and you just need to trust that if my soul chose this, why am I resisting? If my soul has signed up for this, why can't I just trust it? Because that is the archetype of Pisces. It is just blindly trusting sometimes, but that is going to be the biggest thing that will serve you right now. But of course, it's going to be hard for us to trust, because the opposite sign of Pisces is Virgo. It is the logical brain. It is the sign that wants to have everything figured out, everything planned and organized and prepared. It wants to know all the details. It wants to know all the answers, and we're not going to get that right now. And that can be very triggering and frustrating and confusing. And this is the time for us to break free from our comfort zones because it is a limitation. Pisces serves us right now because it is a dissolving of boundaries where we can dissolve certain limitations within us that are stopping us from stepping into our highest version, stepping into our truest version. Pisces has a positive and a negative. We don't want to dissolve all our boundaries where we completely lose ourselves. We need to have healthy boundaries, but it can also help us dissolve any limitations or restrictions we put on ourselves or on our expression or how we show up in the world, who we are. And I really see this eclipse being like an activation point of your soul, a part of your soul that you haven't even met yet, a part of your soul that you haven't expressed yet in this lifetime. It's about to be unlocked, and there's going to be a lot of shedding of who you thought you were, who you thought you had to be, how you thought you had to act or had to speak or had to dress. All of that is going to start just dissolving in this Pisces North Node full moon eclipse, where we're going to start shedding our own identities and how we have to show up in the world to step into something greater, something higher, something more aligned with our soul, of where our soul wants to go, who our soul wants to become next. We've been this version of ourselves for however long. It's served its purpose, and now we're ready for the next level. So we're using this Pisces energy in a really beautiful way to be able to step into this new expression with less limitations, less structure, less rules and regulations on who we get to be, because Virgo has a lot of rules and a lot of perfectionism and a lot of what's right and what's wrong, and we're learning to release that judgment on ourselves, and so we can break free from our comfort zone and express something different, experience something different, because this eclipse is really saying to me that we are ready for a whole new chapter of our lives, something we've never experienced before. And for us to do that, we need to shed these parts of ourselves, these limitations of ourselves, so we can be fully free. This is a liberation point, this entire eclipse season. And having the South Node in Virgo can make us get very bogged down in our past and in our perfectionism and in our people pleaser. But right now is the time where we're being liberated from that. Eclipses are called destiny points for a reason. This is when we start to get back on track if we've gone off our path, which you're never really off path, but this is when our soul is really like, okay, let's go. This is where I need to go. Next, don't have time to mess around. We have to shed all this stuff. We have to go through turbulence. We have to change. And deep down, you know that. You know you need to move into a new direction. You know that you need to do something different. You know that you need to make a change. And fate is stepping in now. And we need to let fate come in, and it will serve us. It will benefit us, and we will actually be really grateful for what happens now. Even if you can't think of that right now, because you still can't connect the dots, you're going to look back and be so grateful and go, oh my God, I can't believe this all happened the way it did. Like, I couldn't have planned it better myself. And that is the humbling part of it. I couldn't have planned it better myself because God knows best. Your soul, which is God, knows best. And our human brains can overthink and overanalyze and psychoanalyze the whole thing, but none of that is going to work now. And it never really does, really, in truth. That when we surrender and allow our soul to move us forward and allow this energy and fate to push us in this new direction, that is when a whole new life is going to open up for us. And this is happening individually and on a collective scale. We're stepping into a new level of expression, a new level of consciousness, and that means that we need to let go of these limitations of that are holding us back right now, for us to truly step into our highest potential, our highest expression, what our soul really desires to experience here. What is holding you back from experiencing that? And do you even know? Do you even know what you want to experience in this life? And that's okay if you don't, but trust that your soul does. Your mind doesn't even need to know. Just let the energy push you in the right direction, and use this Pisces energy to tap into your intuition, because intuitively we know something is guiding us. We know what the right thing to do is. Beyond the mental concept of what's right and what's wrong, we know what's calling us and what feels aligned for us, and we just need to follow that. And that's what I meant at the start of this video when it's all about boundary issues. We are going to follow what feels right for us, what feels aligned for us. And if something isn't aligned and it doesn't fit in our vision, we are going to let that go and we're going to shed. We're not going to people please. We're not going to try be like a perfectionist and try and fit everything in and try to have it all organized. We're just going to follow what is aligned with us and what intuitively we are drawn to right now. Pisces is all about feeling. It's a water sign. It's connected to your emotion. It's not about thinking. It's about feeling and being. And following that intuition is going to serve you now and for the rest of your life. But especially now, we're going to learn to harness the true power of our intuition. And whatever opportunity presents itself now, because this is what North Node eclipses are all about, it's going to give you an opportunity to leap forward into something, dive headfirst into something that you don't even know what you're diving into. You don't know all the details, you don't know the answers, you don't know how it's going to work out. But with Jupiter trining this full moon, the big benefic planet of blessings, there is going to be so much more ease and support in doing whatever you want to do right now. So now is the time to make a change. Your soul is always changing and always evolving, but I definitely believe that you should work with the astrology and work with the transits and the energies that are here. And right now it's serving you to make a change. It's going to be a lot easier than other times of the year, and it's going to be supported in the changes that you're going through. So when you willingly make that change and you willingly go down the stream and go with the flow, which is what Pisces is asking us to do, it's going to be a lot easier for us to get to that next chapter of our lives, get to that new experience. And this is the huge reset that I'm seeing for all of us. It's something we've never experienced before, something we've never encountered before. Let yourself dig deep inside yourself and find that excitement in you that doesn't want to be that Virgo archetype anymore, that wants to have everything planned and organized and prepared and ready. Where's that part of you that's really excited about it being in the unknown and it being uncertain and you having no idea what's coming next? Tap into the excitement of what's about to come. And oh my God, I've never experienced this before. How cool is this going to be? How magical can this be? How much can I open my vision and open my mind and open my heart and my energy to something new and magnificent coming into my life? And just that sheer openness can allow all these magical events and encounters to unfold. And that's what I really see coming in after this eclipse. So when the turbulence comes in, when the confusion and the uncertainty and the fear of change comes up, the resistance comes up, like all of this is normal. Tap into the excitement of, I'm ready for something new. Let's see how can life get better? And show me, universe, show me what else my soul wants to experience in this life, and dive headfirst into it. And whether you like it or not, you're going to have to dive into it. You're either going to be pushed or you're going to willingly dive in. And I would recommend you just dive in and just see what happens next, because it's going to be something way better than you've experienced so far. This is a new chapter that your soul is yearning to experience. So tap into it, get excited, and move from that more intuitive, psychic feeling place instead of the logic thinking mind, which we've been running from for so long. This is the time we're collectively going through a shift from mind to heart, from logic to intuition, and we're going to start moving from that place. So this is a really exciting time, and I'm super excited for what's going to come. I don't see this being a negative eclipse for anyone in particular. It depends on your chart, but it might be turbulent for you, but it's all going to serve in the end. It's all going to benefit you. This is going to be the thing where you look back and it all worked out in the end, and it all fit somehow perfectly into your timeline the way it was meant to, and you were like, I literally could not have figured this out myself. I literally could not have planned this. Like, this was divinely directed, divinely guided, and that is what fate is. That is what destiny is, and that is where we're being taken to. So get excited. You're about to step into your destiny, into your destined, fated path that your soul chose long before it incarnated here. So open up to that idea and accept it and embrace it and enjoy the ride. Love yous.